Today on Based After Dark.
Okay, so we're gonna bleep this out for sure.
Sorry,
his
scientist.
That
his
was a
full
bleep
name.
right there.
His full name is.
Crazy,
I was like,
dude.
wait, what is that? And then I just hear Hams in the back. He's like, hey man, we like the party, and I was like, what? I forgot the camera picked this up. I was like, what was I filming during this time, bro? I was
Yeah, dude. What if we came on the Wendy's 50 chicken nugget box, dude? What if we covered
That's
that
exactly what he would have said earlier.
Like,
Someone would have to eat it at the end, like.
I will say, like,
Which one do you guys would eat first? Would you? Would you take a bite first? Who do you think would do it? Based After Dark. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Based After Dark, episode 49, season 2. First and foremost, I want to shout out to our 245 patrons. We appreciate you dearly. Thank you for your support. Thank you for providing us with topics. And yeah, just thanks again in general. Also, you know, it's summertime. It's a little hot out there. You need some new gear. You need some new merch. Make sure you check out our full merch line. We've added a few items, I think, as well. Is that correct, Sentence, or no?
Yeah, we'll be updating the shop here in a couple of days. We have some polos coming out, maybe a jersey on the way, maybe a tank top. We'll see what comes out. We'll let y'all know.
Outstanding. Today, we're joined by the Krylax, Mr. Hamzy, Tasty Life from YouTube Kick, etc. Behemoth, and myself, Prison Joe, making a return. I'm sorry I was on here last week. I could have made it, but I would have sounded like shit and felt like shit. I was sick. But we're here. How we doing, fellas?
Well, you said 245 patrons? Yeah, is that where we're at?
Correct.
It's about to be 250 after this week because I got a story for the Patreon, dude. I got an absolute story. I leaked it a little bit to you guys. And it's actually an old story. It happened a while ago, but I realized I had never told it. And I don't live with my roommate anymore, who is the protagonist of this story. And so, like, I couldn't say it back then because he would hear me telling it and be like, "Do what the fuck?" Okay, but now I can tell it. Anyway, I'll give you a small synopsis.
Okay.
He fell in love with a European woman. He flew all the way from good old Arizona to France to meet her. And when he landed, she ghosted him. That's only the beginning, buddy. Okay, that's
It gets
only
worse
the
from there?
beginning.
It gets
buddy.
worse from there? Okay.
It starts worse. I didn't even cover all the bad stuff leading up to that, dude.
Okay, all right.
It's
okay.
a rough one. It's an insane story, honestly.
Okay.
But
I got some
you
heat.
guys
I
will
even
like
asked
it.
the question that's like, how far would you fly for a sneaky link? Or
Other
how far
half of
would
the
you-
world.
or how far would you go? Like, apparently,
Ooh.
for the
Hams,
boy,
you
it's
got
pretty far.
some heat. Is that what you said?
Yeah. I got some heat for the Patreon as well.
Dude, what the fuck?
Is it the heat we just saw? Is it-
This, yeah. Well,
Ask
this,
another waiter, bro? Did you ask another waiter, dude?
So this doesn't require any synopsis. If you're listening, at this point, if you haven't joined the Patreon, I don't know. You know, that's between you and
This
God.
is the culmination of the
Yeah.
bag trilogy.
You know, so the last,
Trilogy,
the
dude.
last
Lord
Did
of the
you
Rings.
get your third ring,
This is
bro?
the return of the king, bro. That's
Listen,
what
man.
that is,
King.
dude.
Listen,
Are you Kobe?
man. You know, it's
Dude.
we had the live pod that we did in Orlando where we had that crazy Patreon story. We ended up having the follow-up part 2. Y'all didn't know there was a part 2, and look at you now. You had no idea it was a trilogy. It's a trilogy story.
The three
and it
peats
ends
real, bro.
tonight. It ends tonight. That's all I'm gonna say.
Bro, I knew the potential for a trilogy, but then I thought that it's technically the 4th, is it not?
Well,
Then
it's
we
like,
had the trilogy. And then this is like the bonus episode because
this is kind of
we
like
had-
the 4th, huh?
because we had
This is-
we had
I don't know.
3 times.
The second one was minor, dude. That was like an epilogue to the first one. You know, like this is truly the.
You've
the
really been
finale.
on some. Hamzy's been on a real demonic arc here lately. Are you
Yeah.
okay? Because like he
Bro.
said here today before we
Dude,
started, he was doing some
after the-
choice things. I was like, "Are you all right?" But like, Orlando was over a week ago. Like,
The start
Are you
of this
okay?
was the quote where he goes, "Ramadan is Ramadan." Hamzy is back."
Ramadan, baby.
And then he was back like full demon since then, and it's
yeah, I was
you just went
Hamzy before. Now I'm Haramzi.
listen, bro, if they stop you at the gates,
Ramsey is crazy,
you ain't getting in, buddy.
like Ramsey is crazy. Ramsey is
It's gonna be
Yeah,
a small
no, it's
scroll.
okay. We've been on a little bit of a bender. It's fine, but we're keeping it moving. You know, we're getting shit done in life
Dude.
too. Work. I've been working a lot. You know, I've been
Cool.
accomplishing things and you know, just taking it one day at a time, having fun with my friends. nonstop movement, 100 miles an
I'm
hour.
saying, dude,
We're
if they
moving,
stop,
baby. We're
if there's
moving.
an afterlife and they stop you at the gates, bro, it's gonna have this little scroll. They're gonna move the hand back and it's just gonna fucking roll out. You know, to the fucking.
It's gonna keep going
to
all the way
start
down
of
to hell, buddy. It's rolling all the way
Like,
down there.
We're not gonna read all this, but we're
Wait,
sorry that
wait,
happened.
is this like a scroll
Bro.
of my accomplishments?
Yes, for you.
You could look at them like that. Yeah, you might
Bro,
see it
and
that
then
way.
I'm gonna stand there behind the gates and like just pull them open and drag him through.
I'm gonna be standing there and be like, "Yo,
Just
Krylex,
bro.
tell them that I'm with you, bro. Tell them I'm on your table." Like,
I'm gonna fully
Nah,
out.
Hamsy's gonna be in a wheelchair and Jake's gonna pretend to be his handler and he's gonna wheel him in, dude, like that with the disability pass, dude. That's full circle, bro.
That would be the true like
that
the
would
peak
be insane.
to get in. So last week, me and Tasty were not here. What did you guys talk about last week? I listened to some of the podcasts. What's the synopsis you could say? Like, what was
so
discussed?
last week's pod was very
We talked
much.
about Brett Dog, adding Brett Dog to base.
We
Oh,
did
we
talk
did,
about
we did.
adding
That's
Brett
right.
Dog.
Hell yeah, let's go.
It was very much a recovery pod. We
Yeah.
had all just this was either the day we got back or the day after we got back from Orlando. Obviously, you know, attendance was short. A lot of people were recovering. We were in the pod recovering ourselves, you know. So it was kind of like
Mhm.
a hungover. You know, just talking about what steps we're taking to be human beings again. We
True.
did have the privilege of having the editor, Mr. Saint Tits, actually on the pod himself. So we
Very
did a
cool.
lot of we took the time to go very in depth on the whole behind the scenes aspect of the live pods that we did. We talked about what it was like, what his process was like, what we learned. You know, this is now what our third or fourth live
We've
pod that
learned-
we did.
It's been quite the learning curve for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. We've talked about like
100%.
what you know, he gave us a little insight about what he's improved on every single time and where the product started, where it's been, little stories, how we're feeling.
Okay. Yeah, I was. So you guys didn't get sick at all. I think we had a few people get sick. Tasty was actually busy last week. I was legitimately sick and like not really sick enough to where I couldn't come on, but my voice sounded so bad. I like lost half my voice and my nose was just stuffed to hell. I would have been annoying for the listener. And you would not have wanted to hear what I sound like.
got COVID, didn't he?
Yeah, well, he's a
Ignoble did,
fucking.
yeah.
Yeah, that's just that's something
How
that happens.
ignoble-
Ignoble
the
and Beggar
only one
both
that
got
got
COVID.
How?
Beggar got
What-
COVID? Wait, so
Yeah.
Beggar had
Doing?
COVID and then gave it to Ignoble. And then
Beggar was there for 30 seconds. How
the-
He doesn't leave his house, bro.
How did he get
just
COVID,
walks
dude?
outside, gets airborne COVID immediately.
Yeah.
I
feel
mean,
like
I'm
that's
kind
what
of
it
surprised
was.
only 2 people got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is kind of surprising.
Well, I didn't get tested because it doesn't exist, but I don't think I had
Right
it.
on, brother.
True, yeah.
just
I don't
kidding.
have herpes either.
I literally did. I
That's
did
how
the.
that
Yeah, I
works.
did the test. I didn't have it because after I saw Ignoble had it, I did get the little test and do it, and I just had like a head cold. I was just fucking. I just so much snot, bro. I got like it was
Yeah.
funny. Tuesday, I remember I was with Krylax. We were in the car, and I was like, dude, I'm fucking sick. God damn it, because like I knew I woke
He
up
said
and
that,
yeah, I
did.
like
Yeah.
felt so fucking like stuffed in my face, and I was like, fuck, like it's happening.
And here
No,
I am
we-
sitting in the car right next to him.
I was like, bro, kiss me, dude. Come here, man.
Yeah.
We
I
knew
still
you must
hugged
have
him
been feeling
goodbye
pretty
like a
banged
boy.
up. Like we were talking about on the pod last week. We were like, man, if Prison Joe's not here, you know he must be feeling pretty fucking bad. And then I heard you on stream the next day. You sounded like dog shit. So,
Yeah.
you know.
I did. I pushed through the next day, but that
You
that
sound
Wednesday
better.
was tough.
Yeah.
I'm definitely better now.
It's good you took a break.
You know who
That's a
didn't
good
say
way
that
to go.
though? T Papa was calling us pussies, okay? And guess who's not fucking here today, buddy? Guess who
Wow.
just lost? Guess who
Dude,
just lost a
it's-
potential tie on the spreadsheet? T
It's
Papa, because he
Mormon-
showed
it's
up
Mormon
today.
Christmas, dude. It's more like let him have his day, dude, or
This is-
something.
Here's the
I
thing
don't
though:
know.
if he would have showed up today, we would be tied on the spreadsheet. But now he's lost his tie, bro. I've taken the lead once again. I'm keeping count. This is very competitive to me. So fuck you, T Papa, if you're listening. Let's go.
Well, I never have any hope of catching up because I started late, so I'm just in it.
Hey, you know you're adding up the points are adding up. They're getting good. So that's all that matters.
Do we have a total tally of how many like individual people have ever been on the podcast?
Yeah, it has
Yeah.
everybody.
It's on the same
Like
spreadsheet.
all the guests and stuff. Dude, how many
Yeah.
people is it? Like 50 people?
I can look. We have it right here. We have it in the
Data
I
analytics.
don't know if it's 50.
It's in the topics in the Discord, I
Probably
believe.
close if it's not 50. I'd say it's around 50.
Yeah, because we've had probably 10 total based members as like the core cycle through just on any given
Yeah.
occasion. And then we had guests for like almost our entire first season for the most part, and we've had some on our second season.
Dude,
as well.
this spreadsheet just keeps going. If you,
It's probably over. It's probably over 50 actually, because you did
it's
like
a
a lot
lot.
of episodes of guests.
yeah, it's
yeah,
like so.
but we have repeat guests too.
So as of this episode, me and T Papa were tied at 91. That's what I was saying. If you would have showed up, we would have kept the tie. But now I will be at 92 and he will be at 91. Tasty, you're at 73 right now, which is hilarious.
Whoa, no
Nice.
way, dude.
Very funny.
No
and then
way.
Hamzy is hawking down Ignoble right now at 58. Ignoble's sitting at 69, but Hamzy is fucking running. He's sprinting towards taking that. And Zoe surprisingly 48. I just feel like she's been on 48 times, but I guess she has.
Well,
Sorry.
the last
no
time I
disrespect.
saw
She's
when
been
we
on
first
from the
came out,
start.
I think I
That's
was
true.
tied with her. Yeah, I came in episode 10.
That
I
is
think.
true.
Um,
But,
Give an episode
How
10.
many do I have now?
You are at 22, chasing down Q-Neeks.
Dude,
31,
Q-Neeks
bro.
doesn't stand a chance.
Keep
Um,
dodging, bro. Dodge our Temperos Tuesday too, bro.
But,
See it, man.
You know, speaking of being here, I do want to say I'm sorry, boys. I made you wait. We started the pod about an hour later than we normally did today.
Hey, yeah, okay.
I will say
30
it's my
minutes
fault.
later.
That was
It's
in
like
your
30
hand?
minutes later,
What was
honestly.
that drink you were sipping or gulping?
Oh, my Tito's. Yeah.
No, the
Uh,
drink in the picture that you sent in the
Tito's,
Discord.
Oh,
Oh, with Dr. Eli.
oh,
yeah.
that was me drinking some sangria with Dr. Elo.
Sangria.
So if you're wondering where I was before this, why I was so late, I met up with Dr. Elo tonight. He was in my city. And I mentioned this to you guys a little bit before. I need to just tell you the story of how this happened.
I was going to ask
Because-
you if you can talk about how you actually met him because it's hilarious, or how you
Yeah,
figured
I
out
guess
he
we
was
can
there.
leave out the
which is-
identity.
We can
Identifying
go into
details,
some.
like
we can
it's-
go
Okay.
into. We can go
Pretty
into
funny.
like the interesting parts of the story. This.
If you could also preface who
is-
Dr. Elo is for maybe people who don't
Yeah,
know. who
yeah,
he is.
yeah. So this is fucking crazy. What happened? So one of our good friends, Dr. Elo, goated chatter. We've met him. We met him at TwitchCon last year, and then we also happened to meet him again for a second time at Based Orlando last week.
He helped us out, by the way. Shout out to him. He helped us out with, he had lots of discounts on Busch Garden tickets, and he hooked us up. So shout out to him.
I am. Shut up.
Yeah, it was big time homie. We had a good talk, and then you know, I for work. Also, this answers a question that we had on the last pod. Someone asked, "What does Hamzy do for work?" I do hotel stuff, and so my phone rings at work. Also, while we're in Orlando, Elo mentioned, yo, by the way, like I might have a trip to DC next week for work. Like if you're around, let me know. So I'm at work, and the amount of phone calls, like lines that this has to go through to end up at my phone because people aren't picking up or their lines are busy. There's like 2 or 3 layers. And so it finally gets to my phone. I see an external call. I'm like, oh, this is, you know,
Something.
all
Usually
right,
answer
let me,
that
let me,
because
let
it
me,
has to
yeah, I
go
was like,
through
yeah,
so
let me,
many
I'll take care of this, I guess.
checks and balances.
And it's a guy asking questions about his reservation tomorrow. And he told me his last name. And the thing is, we learned his full, I never even knew his name until like a week ago. And when he
Me
told me the
neither,
last
dude.
name, I was so busy at the time that he called that I didn't have time to really look at like the full name. But I remember I was like, oh, that last name is like, I just had a run in with this name, whatever. And I answered the question and I get off the phone and like a minute later, I get a message from Dr. Elo on Discord, and he was like, yo, I didn't want to make you like uncomfortable or anything while you're at work, but like, I'm pretty sure we just talked on the phone, and I think I'm staying at your hotel tomorrow.
So he was the one that
Well, can I
noticed. I
preface
thought it
too
was,
is
I thought
that-
it was you
so-
and you said something.
So this
No,
name,
he noticed. He said he noticed, and he was like pretty sure it was me based off my voice and like that
yeah,
I answered, but he was in shock, and he like it was a combination of that, and he also didn't want to like throw me off or anything. I almost like fell to the ground when I reopened the reservation and looked at like the first and last name. I was like, dude, if I wasn't so busy, like I might have even noticed this before. But I was like,
That's
Dude,
funny.
this is my
Are you hooking
fucking
him up?
oh, dude.
well, the thing
in-
is I wanted to preface about the name too. Is like that's why it's funny. Is because this guy's last name is fucking hilarious. It's one of the like,
Yeah.
It's one of the worst.
Hilarious.
It's one of the worst last names. Like, if you
Damn.
heard this name, it's
Okay, I
Hold on.
wasn't gonna
Why don't
say
you say
worst.
it and just bleep it out.
Huh? Have you not heard
Oh,
it?
you don't know it?
I think you said it like a little bit ago. And I
Okay,
forgot.
so we're gonna bleep this out for sure.
Sorry,
his
scientist.
his
That
his
was a
full
bleep
name
right there.
his full name is
It's an insane
and
name, dude.
and
love
I
it.
remember
I
the
love it so
meme
much.
the meme of the day was like it was a recurring thing. We were like, dude, you look like a like we were saying it all day. And
Okay.
and
Like, I
It
don't
was
think
like-
that's a bad name, but I feel like you saying you look like a
dude,
No, the thing is,
Yeah.
that's what it is. Is like
Okay,
the
but he
name,
does. He does
is
look
an
like
insult.
that.
The
Yeah.
name paired with him, it's just like the most fucking trust fund fucking name of all fucking time, bro.
It is,
And
yeah,
then
it is.
literally, it's just he looks exactly the part. Like if you heard that name, it's great. And like, cause we all kind of came. I remember we were at the Kappa dinner. And that's when we figured it out, and we all just looked at each other and started fucking dying because it's so just
Yeah,
spot
someone
on.
said it too loud, and he was on the other side of the room. And he like,
Oh,
whipped
I
around.
said
He's
it
like,
as soon as
what
he
the
walked
hell,
in,
man? Yeah. Who's dropping my full legal out here? We're like,
yeah. It was
Like-
me who said it. And then so we were kind of memeing on it, and I remember when when the person said that on the phone, I was like, "Oh, that's funny. I just recently had a run-in with this name." But I'm at the same time, the moment that it caught me, I was like really in the middle of a lot of shit. So I was trying to like get this conversation assessed. What do you need? Boom. I need to move on to some other shit like real quick. And then I saw that message from him on Discord, and I was like, "There's no fucking way." I went back and looked at the reservation. I was like, "Oh my god, if I just seen like first and last name, I might have even put two together." But I also probably would have been in the same situation where he was like, "I was pretty sure I was talking to you," but you never want to take that chance when you're in that
Yeah.
call to just say,
Yo,
like,
dude, well, you have like a
Andrew?
coin flip there. That name is either a 70-year-old man with a 7-figure investment portfolio or his son. Like, it's just
yeah, he's not the only person in the world with that name.
That could have been
Yeah,
anybody.
yeah. So he told me he was coming. I was like, "Oh hell yeah!" So like I immediately got sitting down, and like we were sold out. You know, this is a very busy week here. So like all hotels are sold out. Like we're pretty sold out. I had to make sure like everyone was like like all the VIPs were upgraded, everything.
What's
And
going
then I
on-
was like,
what's
"All right,
going on
what do I?"
this week? That's so important.
Just a lot of shit. Nothing like particular. And then I was like, "What do I have left?" And then I gave him like a fucking 6 suite. Like hooked him the
Oh,
fuck
hell
up.
yeah.
I sent him like some cheese and meat plate and some wine, whatever. And then I was
You
chilling in the
trying
middle of the
to, you
lobby.
trying to
Hotel,
fuck him,
bro.
dude? You trying to get
Dude.
him to eat your ass in the hotel
I was
room?
like,
What the hell's
dude, I
going
mean, he
on,
could
dude?
if he wanted to. So I got him properly hooked up. And then, you know, I happened to be like kind of floating around in the middle of the lobby when he walked in to check in. So like I got him all taken care of. So he was there. He came yesterday. He had last night. He had some work stuff to do. And then tonight he had free. So I was like, let's go to dinner. I was like, I made us a reservation. He was like, it's going to be me and 4 other people. So we didn't know. I thought I was getting dinner with like him and a bunch of his like work colleagues that he was with, and I got there and it was just like a bunch of his hometown friends, like childhood friends, like just absolute homies. So like it was a lot more chill than I thought it was gonna be. They like know Nine Rain and shit. Yeah, absolute
that's sick.
homies. So
They all
so
went.
we
with
had-
Oh,
him
dude,
or something,
did they
or-
know him or actually hang out with him? Those are two different things.
they've met him. They know Aaron.
Oh,
They
you
call him
can't say
Aaron.
bleep that out. Cut that
we
out.
say his name all the time.
We say his name all the- Dude, he's got enough work to do already. Don't make it heavier on
Do you
Satan.
think if we
But-
say his full name, he'll show up for the next podcast?
Maybe
say
if you
it
say it 3 times in the mirror. Say it
Yeah.
3 times in your OBS camera.
You think he knows what an
Turn on.
OBS camera is, brother?
But
Yeah, not a chance.
but
Not a
basically
shot.
we had a reservation for 7:00 dinner. We ended up not getting sat till like almost 8. So lots of drinks, lots of food. We had a good time, but again, that's why I was late.
You
think
actually
I was
made a
still waiting for
reservation
me.
for 7, and they didn't they confirmed you for 7, and they still didn't set you till 8.
Yeah. Well, this place
That's
Dude,
wild.
did you get comped
I-
out on that? You definitely could have. You
probably
could have
could've
carried
been.
it.
Nah,
Nah,
probably just
dude,
didn't bitch. They
fuck
were getting
that, bro.
drunk at
They
the
don't
bar.
do it. They
Yeah.
This is like the kind of, I don't know. This place has like really high turnover. It's you know, I like a sexy dinner. This is like
Who
I
doesn't?
do
a
like
very
the
high
Pepsi
turnover
game.
restaurant. It's like a very combination of like people having drinks before going out, also like
Okay.
good food as well, proper food. But
So they probably would have told you to get fucked if you asked.
oh, they'll tell you to get fucked. Like they'll still give you good service and great food, but they will also tell you to get fucked. It's like combination of the two.
That's fair.
Yeah, you're not making demands out there. You get what you get, and you pay a very reasonable price for the quality you're getting, and you just kind of accept whatever it is.
That is that whole story is crazy because that is like it's just as far as like probability and chance goes that's maybe you should have got a lottery ticket that day because that is pretty
So
insane.
this had me thinking about like craziest RNG things that has ever happened to me, and I think this is up there with that guy whose Delta airline account that I accidentally logged into, who has the same exact password as mine, but I mistyped my number.
No, wait, whoa.
I remember you saying that. Dude.
I
That's
sent
the
you guys
funniest
this.
thing in the world.
I was
Dude,
like
he had a lot of
having a
miles. He had a lot of
I was
miles.
having a meltdown at my computer, like not understanding what happened. I sent
Hold on, let me make sure I understand this. The number, the Miles
The
number,
number,
was one
the
off, and
username.
he had the same password.
yes, and not
What is
only
his
that, he's got like a he's got like
What's
a
your
okay,
password?
dude,
What is
listen,
it?
man, it's not
Dude,
like
let me get on this.
it's not Denny's
How's-
123. Like I'll tell you that, but
But still, like,
but-
no matter what it is, the odds of him having the same password and one number off that's
And-
the craziest thing I've ever.
yeah, and
like,
not only
heard.
that, but it's like a pretty stacked account too. Like he's got status.
wait,
Yeah,
so this
could
other
you like
person
book
doesn't even
miles
know.
for yourself?
No, I didn't do anything. I logged out. I kept it logged in for a bit, but I didn't do anything. I logged out eventually.
Just looked around, see what's
I just
going
wanted
on.
to peek, dude. Just wanted to peek a little
I
bit,
slept
man.
on it. I slept on it, but then when all is said and done, I didn't do anything with it. But
The
I
thing
still,
is
I-
like if you
I
book a
took this-
ticket, it has your name in it. You have to. Put
yeah,
your
yeah,
name.
that's what I was saying. I was like,
Yeah.
dude, no matter what I
So-
do, like it's gonna come back to me eventually. Like it's not worth it. But I think I took a screenshot just to like prove that I'm not bullshitting, and like even to like for me to know myself that it's real, because I was so not even believing that this could possibly happen.
That is
you
insane.
gotta find
That
this
is
guy.
fucking wild.
That is pretty wild.
That is the craziest thing I've ever heard. Yeah, does
that-
anyone else have any what's the craziest RNG thing that's happened to you guys that you can think of?
I
I've
almost shot
told
myself
mine.
with an arrow.
The weirdest thing of mine was I've told it before is when I had the deja vu dream of like seeing the table in Tennessee and like walking up to it, and then I experienced that moment as well. That's probably the weirdest. I don't think it's RNG. It's just like that's probably the craziest thing that's happened to me to where I was like, is this real? Like, do I believe this? I'm trying to think the RNG wise.
Seth, how many Nashville hot chicken shirts do you think you've sold?
Oh yeah, I know.
Oh yeah, that was wild.
Oh,
That
shit,
is a
yeah.
crazy RNG thing.
Of those, like close to 100 probably.
So there's only 100 in circulation, and the odds that two people at the busiest airport in the world would have them at the same time be going through TSA at the same time are what? What do you think? I mean,
Well, it's the busiest airport in the world. Which airport again?
Hartsville Jackson. It is the busiest airport in the world, but if you don't know the story, I wore Seth's merch shirt to the fucking airport. And as I get through TSA, a dude walks up to me. He's wearing a hoodie, and he's like, "Yo, man, I like your shirt." And he starts like lifting up his hoodie, and I thought he was about to pull out a gun, so like I flinched a little bit. But then it turned out to be the same exact merch shirt that I was wearing. He was also a Prison Joe fan, so like that's got to be rare as fuck to be at the airport at the same time, even though it's the busiest airport in the world.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is like the chance on that, like the chances of him having the same shirt as you are also probably the same chances of him just pulling out a gun and shooting you.
Yeah.
So
It's
honestly,
probably
you
less.
luck.
It's probably
I
less of a
think
chance.
that also reminds me of someone had the story. Maybe someone else remembers the details. I wish I remembered more. I'd have to dig in. But when we were going to TwitchCon San Diego 2 years ago, I mean, I guess it's not that random because everyone's flying, at the airport to go to TwitchCon. A lot of people are flying there. There might be
Mhm.
more mutuals than usual at the time. But someone was in line and they heard someone behind them talking about, damn, QNeeks died in Inferno again.
That's so funny that was what they said. too.
I can this is someone in our Discord too. I can even like if I found the right thing to search, like I could find the details on this. But that was basically the gist of it. Someone was like standing in line at TSA and they hear someone behind them in line talking about QNeeks dying in Inferno.
Oh, so
Crazy.
I have an airport one I just thought of. So it was one of the times I went to Arizona to hang out with Max and everybody. And I was coming back from my flight. And it's kind of funny because so this guy used to be like back when I worked in law enforcement. He was one of my partners when I did narcotic work too. He was like this. I'm very close to this guy, and it's kind of funny because I kind of like caught him in the act. Basically, he was
The act of what?
the act of flying across the country to see this girl. He had flown across.
How far would you fly, bro? Patreon exclusive story coming up.
Dude, it was late at night. I was walking up to the gate and he's a beast. He played football. I'm not gonna dox the school, but he played football at like a legit D1 school. Like this guy is massive 6'5" Haitian guy, fucking jacked to the gills. He's a beast. Trust that man with my life 10 times over. And I'm like walking up to the gate to get on the plane, and I'm like, and I see him with this nice lady who is very attractive. I see why he took the flight. And I was like, is that fucking no fucking way? I walked into him, I was like, what's up, man? And like at first he was like, you found me. Then he was like, what's up, dude? And, like brought it in, but it was and then, yeah. And then
He's like, nobody will see me in this moment. Then
yeah.
Just there, bro.
And then we sat on the plane next to each other, and we fucking took the flight back. It was actually pretty cool. I got to hang out with somebody on the way home.
I've never flown anywhere for that, but like there was that trip I went to last year when I went to Colorado, and it was in between when I was in Colorado and going to EDC, where I was already going to Colorado for the John Summit concert, and then I was going to EDC after, and I had like
Red
kind
Rock,
of a week.
right?
Yeah. So I wasn't going there for her, but there was a girl that I was seeing before who told me, hey, come see me when you're in Colorado. A lot of things changed. There was like 5 months between that, so a lot of stuff changed between there. And then like when I ended up hanging out there, she was acting like, oh yeah, like I'll hang out with you and like entertain you, but like I could tell the vibe was a little differently. And then like when I tried to invite her in, then she told me that she was now lesbian and had a girlfriend. So I ended up with like 3 more days that I had left wide open that I thought I was going to be hanging out with this girl.
Yeah.
That I was just like, okay, I guess I have 3 days now to, what's up, Colorado? Like Denver, how we doing? Like, what the fuck? I like go down to the concierge of the hotel. I'm like, so what do I do?
Dude, speaking
You
of
go
that,
up, you just knock on it. You guys know where to find cocaine.
The concierge will be like, hey, yeah, where can we find this? That reminded me though that I have someone that I can hit up based from a concert from a while ago, or from what's it called, when I went to Tampa for that one, who lives in Arizona, and I'm going to Arizona. So
Listen, buddy, all I'm gonna say is,
Are you coming to Revelation
like,
right now?
get
I
some,
just
get
remembered that based on that, him saying that.
Listen, buddy, just get some clarification before you go. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Well, I'm going there anyway. I'm not like, I'm going there for an extended amount of time anyway, so.
Yeah, I guess. So when exactly are you leaving, by the way? Because I know we're going to be missing Krylax probably for like a month or two on the podcast.
I could sit in with Max occasionally, but I don't think his camera angle would work for that anyway. But we could probably set something out. But
you can make it work. You gotta at least come for one, maybe. Because the double,
Emergency.
when you're with T Papa, the double podcast, that was actually pretty sick. We could probably.
that was sick.
Yeah,
That was sick. I enjoyed that. Yeah, I liked being next to T. Okay, there was a moment. Oh, what was it? Oh, I gotta talk to you guys about it off the pod. I forgot. I just remembered now. But there's a moment during that podcast where me and T Papa look at each other and had a moment together, and based on what was happening during the podcast, and we just started laughing. And I want to talk about it, but we can't right now because
Patreon exclusive.
podcast. Patreon exclusive.
Is it Patreon exclusive? What happened? Like what's the?
We can't. We gotta just.
You just
move on.
can't. Okay,
No,
that's
we
fair.
can't.
That's fine.
Damn, I'm probably gonna sign up now.
You guys coming hot today with the bait. I ain't got fucking shit.
I mean,
do have
dude,
one more.
it's not
I
even
do-
bait. Like, oh, that was another thing about last week's pod, which was pretty cool. Is that last week was the first ever pod that we did where the Patreon was already recorded before. So
Oh yeah.
it felt really like nice
Weird.
to
It felt
actually,
weird,
I
too.
know it sounds like it feels like bait when we talk about like what we're gonna talk about, but it felt really nice to be able to actually say what.
Yeah, you knew.
We were
gonna
Yeah,
talk-
you knew
yeah,
for real.
no,
Yeah,
that's real.
like the proper like preface of everything was was
think-
fun.
That one was like 40 something minutes. It was really nice. And then you came in and then you delivered your second, like, I feel like these are like your championship ring. So I was like your second ring, your second performance. Also, I have in the vlog, I was gonna say in the vlog. So I recently, so by the way,
Dude,
shout out to the patrons, shout out to the viewers. We do have a full in-depth vlog series also coming from Base Orlando. I filmed a shit ton. I made it a priority. I did a lot more filming. They're going to be better than the Vegas vlogs. I was much more happy and much more like satisfied with how much I filmed. And the trip in general was just so much better. I had a fucking great time. It was awesome. I don't think I've really got to say, I mean, I did on the last podcast, the real life one, but it was amazing. It was an awesome trip. We have a full vlog series being made. But in that vlog series, there's a time when when we're at the dinner Sunday, I'm filming myself and I got half of your speech to that waiter. You were asking the waiter.
No way.
Hear Hamzy, wait.
You can hear it in the microphone.
Leave it up to
Wait,
Seth.
GoPro?
man.
At
Seth's
Kappa
GoPro
or
has
which one?
You talk-
more
you talk about-
narcotics bust than him in his prime,
At
bro.
Pecan when he's talking to the
Oh,
waiter.
you got
Oh,
Hamzy
my.
and Pecan?
Yeah, because
Oh.
dude.
I'm listening
Wait,
to him
it's
like,
at
wait.
Pecan?
Yeah,
It's
I'm
the
like,
best-
wait.
No,
I
Hamzy's
was
speech to
listening.
Pecan was crazy.
I was like,
dude.
wait, what is that? And then I see Hamzy in the back, and he's like, hey man, we like to party, and I was like, what? I forgot the camera picked this up. I was like, why was I filming during this time, bro? I must have been fucked
Oh,
up, dude.
my
I heard that in
God.
my peripheral, dude, and I just made the conscious decision to stop listening. I'd be like, I trust Hamzy, bro. Whatever he's gonna say, dude, he'll say
No
it, bro.
way. Oh
'Cause I
my
think that's what
God,
it was,
that's
just 'cause
so funny.
once I hear that in my headphones, like that's when I cut the camera off. I think because I think I was like trying to film something, and then like I heard that like, but the camera picked it up. It's really funny.
Subconsciously, like as
Bro,
if you're
yeah,
live
leave it in.
streaming.
But I just looked forward. I didn't like turn or anything. I was like, Tasty said.
Yeah,
but-
well,
Leave it
actually,
in as the
that's
Easter egg.
that's also something that just popped in my head. I mean, we talked about a lot. Like we spent a lot of the pod last week talking with Saint Tits about, with the live pods, what he's improved on every time. I feel like you kind of have a similar experience with the vlogging and like what you
100
captured. Do you feel like you've leveled up? I
100%.
feel like you leveled up. Like I could tell
okay.
you were like paying attention to certain things like every time we go, like more and more, and like exactly when to whip it out. And I'm talking about the
Always.
camera. And
Or
Oh, yeah.
unless
and like you do the check-ins with people and you have like recurring things with each people, like the shit you were doing with Fat Clouds, like
I can't
with
wait to
me with
see
the
how
middle
we
fingers
can
and- yeah.
chop that up. The search for Walt Disney is going to be.
yeah. There's like a
be
couple
nice.
different like side
Search.
stories going on like, throughout the
Bro.
time.
Yeah, for sure. So it's funny. The very first vlog series, it was San Diego, right? I was like, I'm gonna vlog this and we'll make it into a video. I use my phone, which honestly, iPhone not that bad for filming. If you hold it sideways, it's actually not bad.
Yeah,
The microphone's
that's good.
decent. The footage, like the cameras are great on the iPhones now. They're not quite a GoPro, and you can't export it in 4K because the GoPro you can export 4K. But yeah, for sure. I got the GoPro. That was kind of a learning curve, like trying to figure out how to use it, how to offload the footage. Is like their program is terrible, so I just use an external source. But yeah, I kind of got it down to a science. And then there's the microphone issue. I had to get fucking GoPro, like to get a decent mic, you have to get like an attachment. So it's very directional mic, but if it's pointed in the direction, it will pick everything up within, that area. So
like
I've
a
also,
speech
because
to a waiter.
yeah, when I first got that, I was really bad at like talking behind the camera, like fucking holding it. But you got to do this. You got to flip it back, or else it's gonna sound like I'm yelling from far away. So like just getting in tune with the mic and stuff, and making sure to turn it and stuff, because it really can if you don't get the audio crisp, it can really ruin like a funny moment, or it can make it not as good like on the other side. And then
Yeah.
also just like watching some basic stuff about B-roll, best way to shoot it, how you should pan it, etc., etc. Because that's the thing Saint Tits was impressed the most by. He's like, "There's actually pretty good B-roll on here," and I was like, "Yeah, I've been, trying to get better at that." So there's a couple times I was upside down and shit, but we were doing a lot of walking, a lot of drinking. But I'm very excited for this vlog series. I think we got a solid probably 4 to 5 episodes. I also put an intro in there. We got a nice outro. I'll
The
tell you,
big
this is
question.
the very last frame of the vlog is me getting rid of the vacation vape. That's only a spoiler.
Oh,
That's pretty good.
poetic. Yeah, nice
Yeah.
ending. I think the main question anyone who's listening right now is like, do we have a time frame? Like, when can we expect the first episode?
I think next week, next Thursday, St. Ted,
Oh,
you
wow.
said you think you can have it out, and then
Okay.
have the other one out right the week after that as well.
How
Like,
many,
Yeah.
how many episodes we thinking?
Looking at it, I can make this last for 3 to 4 episodes. I think is going to be a good time frame. To be honest, I kind of just want to do one giant episode, but we're not going to do that this time. But yeah, we're about thinking 4 episodes, and the first episode not coming out this Friday, but the next Friday.
I would like the trip to be a one big movie, but honestly, better chop it up in a couple of videos, get more interaction, get more comments.
Yeah, and then
You
of
know what
course,
the move
I'm
is,
sure.
dude? Release all 4 episodes individually and then put them together into one
Dude,
video.
I was
That's
just
really-
gonna say that, bro. Yeah.
That's
That's
actually one of my
the
most
settle
viewed
technique.
videos. Yeah, I literally put all my
Yeah.
Grandmaster, Road to Grandmaster videos in one long, like 4-hour thing. It's like
Yeah.
almost my most viewed video now. Like I've made a significant amount of money off of uploading the same thing again.
We were definitely going to do that. I mean, just for like people who are new, because I remember we did that with the San Diego vlog series, and like a lot of new people who hadn't seen it saw it before, and they're able to just sit there and binge the whole thing. I don't think, did we do it with Tennessee or no, St. Tids?
I
I
remember
don't
seeing
think
that with
we
any
did
of
it
it.
with Tennessee. No, we
Yeah,
didn't.
I think we planned to do it with the next 2. We just didn't get around to doing it just because we're like, I don't know. We're kind of, we're in that transitional period of like, Saint Tits taking over for Qneeks, essentially, and like kind of like becoming the full-time guy. And now I feel like we have a lot more time for it. So for this series, yeah, I'm sure. I feel like the best thing to do is we'll release all the episodes, and then next time we do a vlog to get hype going for the vlog, we'll release them all together. But it's definitely a good idea. Like for example, my series I just did RuneScape, like Blood Torva series. I'm about to release that as a full like together product, which is like 3 or 4 hours. But for people who haven't seen it, it could be really nice, like to bring them to my channel, etc. But
yeah, YouTube pushes long videos really, really hard. Super hard.
Mhm. So I think
I like a good long video.
it's biased to say this is gonna be the best vlog series we've ever done, but I think footage wise, activity wise too. Like we did so much stuff. This is probably, it's my favorite for sure. This one in Tennessee, I think were the best. Tennessee vlog series is really, really good. I was very disappointed in myself on Vegas, but that's just the nature of Vegas. If we do go back, I'll make a better effort.
There was in Vegas is like
There was too much,
Bro,
dude.
that's-
Even
that's
TwitchCon in
VGen
general,
time, bro.
there's so
Yeah.
much.
It's tough. It's
Vegas
tough.
is not content time. Vegas is
It's
the
a tough
content
go.
for yourself time. It's like this
Yeah.
is
Real,
where
yeah.
you kill yourself.
Yeah.
It's
Speaking of content creation, do have we can announce this because it'll be announced before this episode comes out. But we do have joining base. We can talk about that.
Oh, is that official?
That's
announced
official.
that, or
Official.
we're
Well, by the
going
time
to?
when this comes out, it will be
Okay,
really announced
cool,
the day
cool,
before.
cool.
So, yeah, is going to join us, which I would assume means we kind of talked about it today, but I would like for him to, be not like an everyday guest for our podcast, but more of a reoccurring like guest, especially to fill in, like if he wants to jump on, and because he does love coming on our podcast. And I feel like with him obviously joining base, it makes more sense to see him more often on here. But no, he was very excited about it. He loves the family aspect of base the most, is what he told me. So that's why he wants to join, which is really what it is at the end of the day. There's nothing contractual. There's no nothing crazy. At the end of the day, it's the vibe, the family aspect, the affiliation, the connection, and kind of just like your uniqueness as a content creator. Because there's definitely been people who've asked, like, what, like, I want to join base. Like, how do you join base? Not really. I don't think there's really a.
It's not really how it works.
It's
Yeah,
not really-
do you guys get those questions?
And us liking you.
I get them all the time. Yeah.
Dude, yeah. What
I've
do you
gotten a few,
say?
yeah.
I have my answer. I want to know what you say though.
Fuck no.
Fuck no. No, usually I'm like, I'll be honest, doesn't really work like that. Like, like we're just a
Yeah.
tight group of friends. Like, you don't
Mm.
apply. Like, it's just
Yeah.
something that would happen naturally. Like, you can't
I
just
say,
be like, hey, let me get in the group. You gotta.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you
you know.
join OTK? You just don't. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's not one of those things.
Mine's even simpler. So I say, oh, Prison Joe handles that, dude. Like, shoot him a message.
Dude, is that why they're messaging me? Fuck you, buddy.
No,
Fuck you.
we always get the influx though after we have like a trip and we post a bunch of like pictures and
Dude,
content together.
dude.
Everyone's like, "Well, that looks fun. I want to go to that."
Yeah, that's exactly it. These motherfuckers, bro. We go on a fucking trip. Shout out to the patrons, by the way, for helping fund that trip. And then everybody's like,
That was
"Oh, that
insane,
looks
man.
like a lot of fun. Can I join and get a fucking discounted vacation?" Like,
Yeah.
that's kind of, that honestly is like that. That's like
Or
negative
they
to
just
me.
want like to be a part of the fun part,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, That's
That is what they
I mean,
want.
no, that's what it's
exactly they
about.
want.
That's I feel
Yeah.
like that's when
Not everyone
You
can
know.
get in a minivan and drive to Miami for, for
no, but
any-
we show,
anything, I
that's
mean?
when we show the world who we are. That's where they see the majority of,
Well, it's like
That's-
this.
They
showcase.
see the reward, dude. You know, they don't. They
yeah,
don't see the bottom of the
and that's
iceberg, you
fine.
know?
I mean, that happens. Like people
When
see
they
the
ask,
reward.
when they ask Tasty, when they ask me, I give them like a detailed response. Tasty just asks them how much cocaine they can do in one sitting. That's typically-
Well, I prefer to
There's
stand while I do it, but that's
so
fair.
there's a fantastic clip that you guys you might remember of I still remember who it is, but I won't say it because I don't want to roast anyone. But it was someone who when Qneeks was streaming, and he's also in the middle of like 4-to-1 ohm, like he's like kind of doing his thing, but Qneeks very active chatter, talking to people, and someone donated 100 bits and said what's the TTS that they put was something along the lines of I'm quite based, like how do I get into base, and he was just mid ohm like, oh, it kind of doesn't really work like that. We're not really like adding new people. Thanks for the 100 bits though. It's like a lot of space between each word. He's like really concentrating on like what he's doing in game, so it's like talking really slow and just like totally is like, yeah, thank you though.
Yeah. I've definitely had a few people like ask. It wasn't intrusive or like disrespectful, but I feel like at the end of the day, and like that's the reason why we are adding new people. Is like obviously we've had people we've added before who now they got full-time jobs. They're not streamers. They're not
Yep.
interacting. So like we don't like kick anybody out of the friend group. Like all those people, like I think a good example is Reed. Mr. Reed, he like stepped away for a while. We took him off all the stuff because obviously like he wasn't streaming, he wasn't creating content. But we leave people in our like private Discord, and if people ever want to come back and start sending again, if they're consistent with it, we add them back, and that's that's a fair that's a fair way to do it.
We've
So,
had a role.
No,
we've had a
I'm-
specific role for people in the Discord who are not on the team, but like are still kind of on the team.
yeah,
But
and like so he came back. Yeah, he came back and started streaming. Yeah, so he came back and started streaming, and I asked him, was like, "Yo, like I'm trying to get back into it." Like, yeah, sure, for sure. I mean, you're part of the help make this. So that's kind of how it is with everybody. But we definitely have a lot of people who've definitely moved on. So I feel like adding Brett Dog, who honestly, bro, is one of the best streamers like I've ever watched. Like at the just like literally, he can stream any game. Doesn't matter what it is. The way he goes through the process of streaming, the way he communicates with people in the chat, his like creativity it really is mind blowing. Like shout out to Bread Dog. Go watch his stream. He's destroying it on Twitch, bro. He's just growing
Brett
at a
Dog
fucking
supremacy, bro.
He is
fucking
growing.
deserves it, too. He's the
Yeah.
future.
and as good as Brett Dog is as a streamer, that's not even like the main reason why he got added to the team. Like that's
Yeah.
second to the fact that
that's
like
the only
he's our
reason
boy.
that we've. Yeah, no, that's the
Like
reason
he's
we
our
found
boy
him,
first.
and
All
he
that's
became our
like
boy.
second
Yeah.
after. Like
Yeah, he is like genuine through and through, like a great person. And like after we met him, especially, and like I realized that's like when I was like, okay. And then just that with the stream, he's amazing. And then obviously Sater speaks for itself. He's been here, he's been around us. It's just time for him to join up officially into the family. And
Yeah.
hopefully we got some more people coming in the future. There's
Also,
a couple few people.
also definitely like worth mentioning because this is just the podcast of the team, and
Yeah.
everyone consumes different types of media. Some of you guys have like dropped by our streams and said what's up, like love the pod. You might have been a first time chat. You don't even really come by the streams. You don't watch that much Twitch. We are the podcast portion of the team. We've got a whole lot of creators that upload on YouTube and stream on Twitch, and definitely if your main consumption of base material is the pod, good to know. There's we got some good shit
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah, it's in the base. If you're in the base court, if you can click in there, you can see everybody's stuff. Also, if you're on Twitch, if you just click the little base under any of our names on there, it will actually like show you a live diagram of everybody who is live and everybody who is actively streaming under like in our group essentially. But yeah, it's definitely interesting you talk about that. Like there's the prerequisite of joining, etc. Yeah, it really is like it's kind of a vibe based thing. I don't think there should be a like an application because we're not like a
Yeah,
that
defeats.
part
Oh,
of
thank God, dude.
yeah. Well,
no,
that
that's fucking.
dude, we would not have hired you.
He's got a good resume, dude. I don't know. Man, we consider it. You know?
I mean, it's just it's I think it's great the way it is, especially because
Me
it's
and
not like
Krylak's gonna start
yeah.
our own team, dude.
what would you name it?
Oh, the fish market.
The
Yeah.
fish market. Oh yeah, because you guys
Yeah.
share the
That's
room
true,
in Vegas
yeah.
or whatever. Yeah.
And you know where the fish market headquarters in? Take a wild guess.
Orlando? I don't know.
Miami.
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 That's fair, yeah.
Miami.
You guys both have to
Yeah.
move there if you do it.
Everything docks in Miami, including us.
Oh, dude, yeah, we dock. I mean,
They did do a lot of docking.
not together, but
Or
But-
maybe together. Yeah. No, I'm always super flattered when
is
I
dope.
get like even like some bigger streamers ask me to join base. Like I'm always super flattered by it, even though that's you kind of have to be like that's not how it works. It just makes me feel good about like the community that we've built. You know, like our little
Dude, I
our little
think
family we've grown.
Yeah.
You know?
there's been multiple separate times that I've been in the car with all three of you on different occasions and been like, dude, we are cool as fuck. Like, not sucking our own dick, but we're fucking cool, dude. Like, we're cool as fuck, are we not? Like, we do.
No, it's valid. It's
cool
valid, dude.
shit.
It's valid.
You
Yeah,
know,
dude, they love us
individually-
at restaurants, not because we're spending tons of money, dude. They just love us because we're cool.
The money
dude.
is trivial,
Really cool.
Yeah.
bro. We
That,
spend
look,
it because it
that's
is.
at least
Like,
half of it, dude. That has to be half of it.
Individually,
Otherwise, I'm gonna
yeah.
kill myself on the White House lawn, dude. If that's not half of it, bro.
individually
I'm gonna
we're
put a Riviera
okay.
hotel, dude.
Individually we're
Individually
okay,
okay,
but
yeah.
as a very wise man once said, ape stronger together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
The sum is greater than the whole. The whole is greater than the sum. Whatever. You
Yeah.
know what the fuck I mean.
I
dude,
think we've
together,
definitely-
we are like the fucking Power Rangers, bro.
Well, dude,
We
I'll say
turn into
this.
The giant, like,
I think the standard is rose for
Machine.
sure, right? Like when we're talking about like having somebody in or talking about the prospect of adding somebody, definitely I feel like the standard is rose. Like we're definitely more. I feel like because I just feel like because we have so many people now. Like before, like we're just starting, so obviously like you're more open to like we're trying to get a group together. But now that we have a solid group. Yeah, it's like it doesn't matter. Like, yeah, sure, big streamer, whatever. That's great. Like, obviously, we want good entertainers, but at the same time, like that weird kind of unspoken like vibe thing, where like that's the true. That's just like that's the
Yeah.
most important thing. That's the family aspect. That's the thing we all love the most about.
Yeah,
Our
and it's not
fucking
even
group.
like people that ask like we don't vibe with. It's just that we might not necessarily like know them that well,
Mhm.
and you can't like introduce your vibe with the stipulation
No.
that you want to be a part of the
Dude,
team. Like the vibe just
yeah.
has to naturally.
It's
come
Will will
first.
not
Yeah.
stop messaging me, dude, every day.
I know,
It's
dude. I
crazy.
know. He stopped messaging me because I just left him on red like 40 days in a row.
yeah.
But
mean,
Yeah, it's Will
T-Papa
doesn't
got
even
so
know we
many
exist, bro. I'm
emails.
gonna be honest. He
T-Papa got so many emails from Will, bro. He talks about it all the time.
yeah. I'm glad the reception of Bread Dog though was shout out to Saints. That was a pretty cool little announcement post he whipped up. People were
I was.
you know, it was Brett Dog is very excited too. You know how humble and gracious he is. He's like, I have this opportunity. I don't want to. I'm like, bro, it's not that. It's okay. We love
Oh
you.
jeez, me? Are you sure? Oh jeez.
So
I
it
think
went over
one
well,
thing
though.
about Bread Dog is how he's just genuinely himself in every way
Mhm.
possible, and I think that's what attracts him to the group because I think
Yeah.
I think that's a genuine characteristic of a lot of the people, if not all the people, and basically like they're genuinely unique in some way.
For
So,
sure.
He's definitely fits that.
I'm excited and excited for the future. Do you guys want to go through a couple of these topics?
Dude,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
there are
sure.
some good ones that I saw that I
Let's start off with
definitely-
this. Wendy's has a new 50-piece nugget,
Oh
man.
my God, the fucking 50. Jesus
Bro,
Christ.
okay,
You guys
could
think we
any
could take
of you
that down?
realistically
50
finish the
nuggets,
50
bro.
wings bucket?
I'm
'Cause
not-
I
cannot.
fucking
I don't think I
dream
could.
about these
I
50
don't think I could.
nuggets at Wendy's, dude. I can't
Wait,
even
are they spicy? You only get the normal ones.
I
Dude,
don't
whatever you
fucking
want,
care,
man.
dude. I'm so this Wendy's nuggets has been all I've thought about.
Wait. Do you put the link in here? You put the 50-piece nugget link in. Why did you put it in there?
In case you wanted to buy it.
What do you
Dude,
mean?
wait. Why did you post it? Why did you post
He
it
wanted
in
to
there?
talk about it. He wanted to
He wanted to talk
What do you
about
mean?
it. Clearly,
You thought
he
it was
wanted to talk
wait.
about
You
it.
thought that was a
Listen to him,
Patreon
bro.
topic? No, that was him,
I know
bro.
this
It's a
was
fucking
so-
meme, bro.
So I put it in before, and Hamzy
Oh.
was very upset about it. But then it ended up being one of the best topics. He just kept talking about the fucking 50-piece nugget. And
No,
then
So
dude.
you
put
Oh
it
my
back
in?
God, that
Oh,
was
oh.
so like. I also just like if you like, you surely have watched it by now if you're listening to this, but like, if you haven't watched the live pod we did from Orlando, like, and you have no time at all and you have 5 minutes before you die, just go watch the last 5 minutes of the live pod. Like, that's like, if you were ever to consume, 5 or 10 minutes of any base team content, go watch the last 5-10 minutes of the live pod we did on YouTube in Orlando.
You better subscribe to the Patreon before you die. Like, at least
true. You're not even gonna fucking tier 4 while you're at it, bro. Jesus.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I say the best there is you go the last 10 minutes, you can really see the spiral and the madness. Especially once I realized how upset Hamzy really was about the 50-piece nugget, because he was so fucked up, and I just kept fucking pushing it.
I wasn't upset that it was the 50-piece nugget. I was upset that you brought up a topic, and any topic would have been. I was like, oh, I don't want any tide. I don't want to hear any topic right now. Like, that was what.
Dude,
just
that's the best topic.
Set me up.
So
of
course,
like
the 50 nuggets was a great.
And those the topics that pissed you off.
That's the only topic we went over.
I wasn't there for that pod, by the way, because they had went to Busch Gardens and then got home and went to Kappa.
Was after Kappa.
No. Busch Gardens was.
No, this was not. This was after Kappa.
Okay, so I was going to talk about this as well. They're talking
about.
I
wasn't there. They started recording at 3 a.m. and I was at home.
Yeah.
So I would have had to drive over there at 3 a.m. and get on the pod and then just go home. So
that was what we were talking about. Last podcast, these bastards are trying to take credit for like, oh, well, we made the podcast happen. Bro, that podcast would not have happened if I didn't come get you fucks and bring you upstairs, okay? Let's be
I never
real.
claimed that,
Dude.
I would have
You
happily
said,
not
bro,
done it. Are you kidding me?
Bro,
I would have
This is
been
how I
great.
know. This is how I know. This is how I know you didn't listen to the whole pod, Prison Joe, because we had a whole section where we talked about Prison Joe's the one that makes us do the pod. Like we were getting. He's the one who got us out of bed, and
you weren't saying that at the start, bro. Dude, I rose from the dead. Okay, so listen, like, you know, you guys like to do some other substances on vacation. My thing on vacation, my favorite part about vacation is binge eating like a fucking pig. I love it. I'm obsessed with it. I love just fucking door dashing fast food, eating terrible, just fucking bullshit processed junk, and then just during the day, and then going to a fucking Michelin restaurant and continuing the fucking purge, just absolutely engulfing everything. And I did that at Kappa. That was expensive dinner. I got my goddamn money's worth, bro. When I got home, I had to lay down for 2 hours and just fart slowly. I laid in bed. I was a fucking just literally I was a fucking methane filled cow laid over in the bed, just fucking leaking gas, bro, trying to break down. Dude, whatever that corn dish was they had, I was going around at the end of the tables with the big spoon, like the serving spoon. I was eating it out of the bowl. Absolute freak behavior.
Dish.
You don't remember that?
You didn't see any of it because he ate it all with the serving spoon.
Yeah, apparently, bro. Fuck.
Dude, I was going around. I was so full. And I remember I was laying there. I was like, okay, I just need an hour. And then I'm going to get up and I'm going to rally the troops. We're going to do this fucking podcast. And then another hour passed, and then Bodie came in there and was like trying to give me whiskey, and I was like, I was just farting, you know, just absolutely just.
That's the sound you made?
Dude, I was moaning, bro. I was moaning, groaning. You know, you could have fucking. My pulse was low, boss. It was. I don't know if I was gonna make it out of there, but I rose. I rose to the occasion, and I come in there, and all you guys are just fucking wrecked. And I was like, "We're gonna do this," and then like you guys were kind of doubting it for a little bit, but then you're like, "We can do this."
Bro, at 3 a.m., dude.
At 3 in the morning, we made it fucking happen. Hamzy was definitely the most of diva about it. He was like, I put the table. He's like, dude, the table's in my way. And he's like, well, let me put my sunglasses. Then he put the sunglasses on. I was like, you okay now? And he's like, yeah, I think I'm good. We can do it now.
Dude, I gotta be comfortable, man. I have to have my like.
Hamzy, grade A diva when it's not good. If there's ever a trip where we don't have what we need, if you know what I'm saying, like I don't know if they'll be able.
No. That's not an option.
Don't have what we need. Hamzy's like, no, that will never happen.
I don't go without needs,
it.
dude. That's why they're called fucking needs, bro. They're not wants. Okay, I need it.
Dude,
I
I
need it.
realized that after Base Roulette. I know that to be a fact now. Trust me.
let me tell you, Hamzy's been watching too much. I was gonna say fake wrestling, but we'll just say wrestling. He's been watching too much wrestling because after fucking 3 Bud Lights, bro, you become fucking Roman Reigns. What the fuck's wrong with you, man? Like you become you kind of getting a diva vibe, you know? You've become you're
Listen, that's different. You're talking about me shit talking in drinking games.
no,
listen,
just in
you
general,
are a
bro,
fantastic
the aura,
shit talker, for
the
sure.
aura is.
Listen,
Sometimes
here's the
when
thing.
people act out in front of
I like it.
Hamzy, sometimes I see the hotel manager / director come out of him a little bit. Like I've worked with those people a lot. Like honestly, like there were some moments during the drinking games where he was just like he'd look and he'd be like, "Can you believe this? Like, can you believe this? Like, that's happening right now?"
Where you go
Like,
from the heel to like a a little cunty for a little bit. I like it. I'm a fan.
Listen, man. Here is what it is. People think I'm being a dick, but what I'm doing is I'm actually helping them. They don't realize it. They might not realize it tomorrow, the day after. They might not ever realize it. But that's what it is. Here's
the
the thing.
intention is good. The
Defy
intention-
J said that once, I think.
I love everyone, and I want everyone to have fun. And I want them to have a good time. And what makes people have a good time? Everyone banding together and uniting and, coming together in some camaraderie. What's the best way to get people to come together?
Hey, you don't have to campaign
common-
speech the bag to
If you
us.
jerk
bro.
off,
A
it's
common,
like-
a common.
I went
a
with you to
common-
get it, bro. Like,
Listen,
Bro,
there's
you are not
a
ready
common
for
person.
office. What are you saying?
Listen. A common dickhead for everyone to hate on. So in these drinking games, sometimes I will be the terrorist who, paint me as your villain, whatever. Everyone,
I think you relish
Hate
in
on
it a
me.
little bit.
Yeah,
You know, and then
this
you
is
relish
for
in it a
you.
little bit.
everyone's,
This is for
everyone-
you,
everyone's
buddy.
hating on me.
Don't try to
Okay,
say it's
whatever.
for
But what are
us.
they doing? Now
I
they're
see
all
your
together.
little, I see your
They're
little
coming
mini
together on the
expressions of
side.
ecstasy, like where you feel like, oh yes, I'm the villain. You know, I mean, you get that little
You've
shot
been,
of
that's what I'm saying, bro.
that
The
little shot
wrestling,
of,
you,
like,
you
oh,
want to be the
yeah.
villain, bro. You want to be a bad boy. Is that what you
Bro,
want to be?
you even said like we were
You wanna
talking
be?
about that.
You
You,
wanna be
you were
that guy?
describing like what wrestler you would have been. You're like, I think I would have been like this.
This
'cause
is
I, like,
completely
I-
separate from watching wrestling.
I
Okay,
think
this
it
is
all
just a
relates-
philosophy
I
in
think
life.
it all
No.
relates. Intrinsically, it relates.
No, it makes. Come on, dude. My favorite wrestler is Cody Rhodes, is the biggest baby face in the world. Okay,
But
Listen,
dude,
I'm
we were
not the-
talking about the Hardy brothers, and you were like, yeah, I definitely would have been.
This was a different conversation.
The
Okay,
Hardy Brothers.
we came up with the hypothetical of if we were to do a big content creator wrestling event. Who would be what role and who would come out on top and who would be the villains. All I said in that conversation was that me and Seth would be a tag team and we'd be some heels. And like that's completely separate from everything else. And we would be.
I feel like you've been into it a lot. When I go on Twitter, like I'm seeing you just like responding. You're like you're replying to the post now, like wrestling, like videos. That's why I'm wondering. Are you like, is this a new career path for you? You think? That could-
Actually, what I did recently discovered there is a WWE like reaction section of Twitch, and it's
God.
way big, like way, dude. RuneScape is like tiny compared to this.
To be fair,
It's,
RuneScape's tiny compared to a lot of communities.
Okay, yeah, that's
True.
true as well. So I don't know, but there
How big we
I
talking?
recently
How big we
I
talking?
recently I discovered
What's the viewership? Like how many viewers?
So actually, we rated the other day at the end of my stream. We rated this creator Santi Zap, who, I mean, like I said, I'm not. I just learned about this sphere of the world, so I'm not too like familiar with who the big names are. So obviously, I think this guy's one of the biggest. That's why he was like one of the first people that I discovered, and so we rated him after. He was, I think, rocking like somewhere between like 1K, 2K viewers on just like a weekly Monday Night Raw. I ended my stream and I was like, dude, I we raid the same fucking homies every single day in RuneScape. I was like, I'm gonna just find someone different. So we raided him, and I will also say like he was super appreciative of the raid and like followed me back, came said what's up after. Like this guy
Oh,
was
sick.
rocking like 2,000 viewers. Like if I raided a RuneScape streamer with like 300 viewers, they probably would act like they didn't know me. You know, like but who
It's
knows?
one
Maybe
has
that's
more
all-
than 300 viewers. That's
Oh yeah. No, he would probably say, "Hope you're well, thanks," and then that would be it. But yeah, no, there is a whole realm of this that I've been discovering. But no, that's not my that's not something I'm going through. I'm just a consumer. I'm just a consumer of the media. I like my entertainment, man. I watch it
Oh,
and
definitely a
I just
consumer.
enjoy. Yeah. I'm a consumer, dude. I just be consuming.
Hell
Well,
yeah.
back to the topic of like, rallying the troops to get a podcast done. I did talk to Saintis about that a little bit. He's a little bit apprehensive to whip you guys around, but I told him, I was like, you have full reign. Like, if you have to fucking hit Hamzy, just hit him, like slap him around a little bit, like drag him up there. Like, is that okay with you? Like, did you give him full reign to just like
He
I
woke
said,
me up one day.
Yeah, so
He
I
did wake
told
me
him,
up
I was
outside my
like,
door.
yeah.
He was like, he was knocking on my door. Like I don't know what happened to me this day. Like I was up like at reasonable times every day when we were in Orlando. There's one day that
What?
I woke up. Okay, like I'm by reasonable time I mean like
Reasonable
noon.
for the night before. Reasonable.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
By reasonable I
Okay.
mean like
That's
I was up by like
respectable.
noon
That's
every day.
respectable.
Come on.
Okay. Sorry.
There was one day that I woke up at like 4:30 to the sound of and also
remember
dude
that.
like Santa just fucking knock on the door and wake me up.
That was the
way
day
he
after the
sold
pod.
it,
That was
he
the
was
day
like
after you guys did the pod.
Hamzy.
Giving him
Hamzy.
nightmares,
Dude, it sounded like it was in my dream, and I woke up and I was like, "What, Grandma?" And no, it was Saint. It's outside my door, and he's like, "Dude, we're doing the pod in 15 minutes." And I was like, "Dude, every pod we do, I'm like, maybe having a beer. I've been up all day. I'm showered, fresh, good. Like I'm rolling straight out of bed. I'm like, am I gonna like?
Yeah.
Are you serious? We're gonna do this?" He's like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Make it 30 minutes." I was like, fine. I fucking took the blue flame into the shower
Oh
and
God.
like got home, like got ready, and then
So-
we sent
So as
it.
I'm saying, you got to give him permission here and now. This is just for trips only to rally you at all costs. Like you give him that go-to, to be a
Well,
bit more
hold on.
assertive.
I
Be
was
assertive
I
with
would have
me. I
like
like
helped
it.
rally, but like I can always help rally people. But when I was sitting there thinking about it, I was like, and this is not obviously I wasn't there the night you were trying to really rally people at 3 a.m. But I think the pod would be a lot better. Would be a lot better if people like want to do the podcast. Not that they don't want to do it, but if they're actively ready to go talk on the podcast. Like if you have to keep like having to get people to go do it. Like if you really needed to do it, but saving it for a time where everybody's like Hampty said, fresh and ready, like been up for a little bit, ready to do it.
Yeah,
I
no,
think
that's
it'd
what
go
we
better,
said. Also, the product would be better if everyone's like more willing to do it.
It would be, but we are resilient too. We can make it
Say
work.
to an
I
extent,
believe in us.
yeah, but we're content creators.
Okay,
Suck it up.
that I'll agree with you. No,
Suck
that
it
I'll
up.
agree with you. We
I'm not
get
saying
on
it's
there
gonna
and
be a
talk.
problem, but I just
there
think
and
that
and
Get
I'm
in
not saying
there.
it's
These
never
people
felt
are
like
paying their hard-earned money. They
okay.
deserve this product.
I will say, I also don't want people listening to think that like we've ever been sitting on the pod like, oh, we have to do this. Oh no, but
Dude, T-Pop
everyone
every week
has,
says that. Every week he says that.
everyone,
He's not here to
everyone
defend
has
himself.
those days.
But
know?
he's
Everyone
been
has those
here
days.
the second most, so he deserves to complain. Honestly, if
Like,
anyone can complain, it's him. Dude.
You might have
If-
those days
If
where
I'm
you
feeling
might
like a
just not be
baby, I'm
feeling.
like, sorry guys, I have a surgery anniversary. I can't do it,
This-
dude.
the
Can't be
surgery.
there, man.
I will say though, every time I've ever felt that way, in the slightest of like just not 100%, I will say every time we start getting going, it's like it goes away like
Yeah,
that.
it's it's just a
Oh, yeah.
little
Yeah.
grind at the start. It's a little tough at the beginning, and then you work into it. I feel like that's a theme for a lot of our podcasts. We've started slow before. We've cut some stuff out because it started so slow before. And then we get into it. The juices are flowing, the caffeine's
Well,
going.
that's the
Yeah,
nature
remember
of
that-
podcasting too. Is you're gonna
Yeah.
cut
Remember
stuff
that-
out because
Yeah.
you're not always gonna have something to say.
Remember that gay jujitsu episode?
That was a wild
Part-
one. That was
Dude,
painful.
if
that wasn't
you
even
got
slow,
through,
it was just
if you were
exhausting.
able to get through the first 20 minutes of that pod, that's like one of the best episodes we've ever done.
They were
Wait,
because we
is that
cut
when
out 10
Max
minutes.
was talking
The
about karjutsu and then
Yeah,
someone
and then
said
it-
gaijutsu?
Ignoble said gay. Who do you think said gay jitsu?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ignoble made it really weird. Like
It's
he
yeah,
always
what
does.
if you tried to fuck each other?
Yeah, it was like, why does that where your mind goes? What is wrong with you?
I love Ignoble and hate him for that because there's been so many times we've had a topic that's just so far away from that, and he just adds fucking into it somehow. Some
He
type
just
of
derails it into
something
being deviant, bro.
sexual. goes into it. But honestly, those have made it for some of the best.
Yeah, dude. What if we
fuck,
came
man.
on the Wendy's 50 chicken nugget box, dude? What if we covered
That's
that
exactly what he would have said
You know?
earlier.
Like-
It's
Someone would have to
literally-
eat it at the end. Like,
I will say, like,
Which one do you
Not-
guys would eat
not-
it first? Would you? Would you take a bite first? Who do you think would do it?
Would you try
Not
to hide it,
only-
or would you do it openly? It's like, dude, what the fuck?
T-pop will sometimes do that too, except it's not usually gay. It's like something outlandish though.
Bro.
Usually,
I'm streaming live with T Papa. We're doing Top together, and he's actively talking about animals licking peanut butter off of areas on his body to an audience of a few, like hundreds of people, because it's me and him, in the in the same call. I mean, and yeah, he didn't bat an eye. He just fucking sent it. But I respect that. At least that, He did. He
yeah.
didn't.
I mean, if you're gonna say shit, you better not bat an eye. Like
Yeah,
your
no,
own
he
shit.
did
No,
not
no, he
double
You better
says-
say
back.
that shit
I
with
will
your
say
fucking
that.
chest.
He
says it
stood
with
on
his
his
chest.
he stood on his
Yeah.
peanut butter business for sure.
Stand on it.
Mm.
100%.
Okay,
Um,
let's actually do a couple of these topics before we
yeah,
get
yeah,
derailed
yeah.
too
I
far.
got some
Yeah.
shit for you. I think there's a lot of really good ones, but
Go on.
some of them can be touched on next week, and I think there's like a couple like Orlando trip themed ones, and considering the like recency of it, want to hit those.
I don't
Tonight.
think we ever actually talked about the 50 chicken nuggets, by the way. Like you said that, and then we just like
There's
we
nothing
never
to talk
fucking
about.
actually.
It's just 50
Stop!
chicken nuggets.
Why was
Stop
that a
it,
fucking
dude.
topic? Like we never even said
It's
anything
50
about it. Like,
fucking nuggets,
he
dude.
put
all,
it
you,
in
all
again.
he said was
He
he's
put it in
pissed about
again.
it, and then he
He
started
put
talking
it,
about like.
but he
the
put it
trip
in
and
again,
shit.
bro. It was that's the most shocking
like,
thing
what
is that
is- like-
Hamzy put. I deleted it, and this fucking bastard put it in there again, and I thought it was me that I still had it in there.
Oh, dude, no, that was before the last week because Saint hits us up and he's like, dude, we don't really have any topics. Like, does anyone have anything? And I was like, here's 50 nuggets. Listen, dude, that
I mean,
was me in
since-
a way saying we don't fucking need topics. Like-
Dude, I
like
have
just-
one. I have one. I got one. You ready?
Yeah.
This is Mr. Scrum. Which member of the cast would be considered the coolest bus driver by middle schoolers? Not ignoble. Is
Yeah,
the
Luffy goes ignoble wouldn't be the coolest, but he would get talked about the most.
who do you think though? Go on.
The coolest bus driver? Definitely not me.
I would be
Definitely
pretty
not
sick
me.
with it, dude. I'd be do like I'd go off jumps and shit.
I'd be a good driver, but I would be fucking like kids. This is why I can't probably ever be a parent. Kids, I have zero patience, and kids piss me off too much.
Yeah, I feel like they
Kids
wouldn't
just
like
require
you.
pure
Yeah, they would not be fucking with you.
I fucking hate that
I think
shit.
I think
they
dude,
would hate me.
it's like T Papa, if he like grew up in a rural area, probably would have been a bus driver. Like, let's be honest.
I can see
So,
T-Papa being a
Not
very
if he was
charming
from a Mormon
bus
family.
driver.
Dude. The Mormons wouldn't let him be a bus driver. They
I
would-
can see
Okay.
T-Papa like announcing like a daily joke to the group like before
Dude,
they
yeah,
take off.
T-Pop would be the best
kids.
bus driver for sure, dude. 100%.
It's the Magic School Bus because I'm driving high.
Honestly, I think whale.
Yeah, Whale would be.
Whale-
that would
Whale
like
would be
make sense, bro.
most
You
Dude,
step
imagine
in,
he's playing
you
his
see Whale, and you're
playlist.
like, I'm
His
getting.
playlist?
No,
on
they would fuck with whale heavy.
on the bus. He's playing the
I don't
playlist
think
on the
so,
bus.
dude.
That'd
I
be
think
sick.
they like Whale. I think they'd respect him.
Yeah.
I think middle school kids like around that they like, not like a man of few words, but like he has like a good. I don't
Presence.
know.
He's a
Whale
presence.
has aura.
Gravitas.
Whale has
He's got a
aura.
gravitas.
The
As
presence.
they
yeah.
say, he's got aura. Yeah, so
Yeah.
they would fuck with that 100%.
Well, has big dick presence. Like when he's standing in the area, like you know he's there. Like you're not gonna just
Yeah.
disregard him. You know?
Yeah, no, he always aware of a whale for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my NC.
I'm still rocking T-Pop, I think.
Yeah, I go with T-Pop.
T-Pop
I
would be
think.
good, too.
Like after I thought about it, like just him like looking back, especially if he wears the glass, like the glasses when he's driving.
Oh yeah.
It'd be good. Yeah, I give it to T-Pop for sure.
Oh, I guess it said what member of the cast. I mean, Whale's been on the cast.
Yeah, Hamzy, what do you think? You're being very quiet, and it looks like you're really stewing on something.
I mean, dude, I'm thinking about T-Papa as a school bus driver, and I just think he'd be amazing. Like, I feel like
Did
he
you
would
almost
have
say
like,
cool boy?
I think I almost said T-Papa, but
T-Pop.
he said, I feel like he would have like a specific joke he would do every time he passed, like he'd be driving down the same route. Like, oh, we're passing by this street. Everyone does like one thing, and they make it like a repeated thing. And he's got his dad jokes that he tells like on cycle throughout the whole ride.
Yeah, no, he would probably destroy it. I feel like I'd just be okay. Like I don't like hate kids or anything, but I don't know. I don't feel like I'd bring the same pizzazz. Not every day, at least. I like this topic too. This is from Mr. Roman. Thank you for submitting a topic. Much love. Thanks for being a patron. What is the over/under on the based squad's lifetime total DoorDash / Uber Eats?
So
fuck,
I
what,
read
like-
this, and if this is this on trips or just in general?
No, in general, I'd
No,
say.
no, it's gotta be
Like
general.
like lifetime, how much we've spent on it?
Can we first
No,
talk
no, how
about
many
on
orders?
who orders the most, like individually? Can we first
It probably was me up until recently.
on
'cause I ordered-
lifetime?
Dude,
Who do you think passed
Lifetime.
you recently?
Mel's got him
Oh,
eating
lifetime,
bean
lifetime.
salad.
I'm probably still the highest. I would be shocked if I wasn't. I'm eating dense bean salad now, though. I've got
He's
a meal
eating
prepped in my
dense
fridge,
bean
dude.
salad.
Dude, yeah, it's fun. It's good, dude. It's great.
It does actually sound decent.
I'll
Okay,
still
don't,
send
thing-
you the TikTok recipe. It's
don't
fine.
act like it's amazing, but it probably is pretty decent.
It's
Mel,
way better
Mel
than you
may
think,
be
dude.
vegetarian, but Mel does not eat shitty food.
Nah, Mel
So,
can whip it, bro.
It's
Just
gonna
get it
be
on the
good.
sticks.
Whatever
I
it goes, it's
I
gonna be
made it. It has nothing to do with me. I found everything myself. and I did it myself,
All right,
dude.
so let's not
I
cap, buddy.
swear to
Let's not cap,
God,
buddy.
dude. I made her a
Let's
little
not-
batch without the meat in it, bro, because I was
Bro,
like, this
you
is
don't-
me, dude. You know, like,
You don't have
check
to
it
lie
out.
to us, man. You don't gotta lie
I
to be cool,
fucking,
man.
I'm gonna kill myself on the White House lawn, dude. You guys better fucking chill right now, dude.
Why the White House lawn?
It just feels like a statement,
Yeah,
and I
it's
don't have
definitely
a
a
statement to
statement.
make, which is what makes it funny. You know?
Yeah. That's a
They'd
lot,
They'd be like,
bro.
what did he
Yeah,
mean by
it's a-
this?
Yeah,
If you
it's
can-
like,
yeah.
what? Why did he do this? And then there's
Also,
no
it's a
reason.
statement too, because if you can make it onto the White House lawn without getting killed immediately before that, that's the biggest statement.
You
to be
can make
honest.
it to the lawn. You can't make it much farther. There was the dude who did that a couple years ago. Hams, you probably remember that.
Did he get killed?
yeah.
Did they just
No,
did they
no,
blast him?
he just got arrested. He like
got
hopped
arrested.
the fence and like started running and like.
And they
Yeah,
tackled him.
no, it's not like you'll just get shotgunned down. Like they
Yeah,
have.
they don't kill you. They tackle.
That's
No.
true. I feel like that comes if you get like to the inner premises when you really
Yeah.
if you actually get in there and you're still coming hard. I mean that
If it
happened.
looks like
also.
they got a
You're still
bomb
coming
or
by that
something?
point, buddy. That's crazy.
Dude, yeah, good for you.
Real.
That's what happened on January
You
6th. That
deserve
guy
a different
came-
award if you're
That
still
guy
coming
came
by that.
way
man.
too hard near the chambers of the Senate.
Yeah,
and he
we
got
all
killed.
been there, honestly.
He was still
Real,
coming.
Real, dude. Real.
He was coming a little too hard. Oh,
You know
fuck.
how it is.
Is this what do you think though? Is this money or just like total orders? Because total orders has to be. It's got to be 6 digits.
Over
Or
under
no?
total
I-
orders.
Dude,
I-
I probably spend
oh.
like $250 a week on DoorDash.
I
A
know
week?
how much I've spent
Holy
because I
fuck.
claim it on my taxes.
That is
Yeah.
true. It's a
Well-
50% meal deduction if you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
I mean,
Shout out.
I get money every month from my Amex to order off Uber
You get like
Eats.
$120, right, for Uber Eats?
Every year, yeah.
Dude,
It's
so
a year or is it a month? It's a year. Yeah.
It's a year, yeah.
I rarely DoorDash or Uber Eats. When I do those, when I'm feeling like a piggy, it's when I want to get into that binge eatings. When I'm in that, because so when I got home from Orlando, it was Wednesday. I was like, I'm still sick. I'm gonna be sick for a couple days. Let's extend being a little piggy. So I got on the app and I ordered up a lot of fried substances from a few different local places, and they
they
fucked
gotta
the order
deliver
up.
hella far to you, right? Like, cause you're.
I mean, I'm like 20 minutes from a city, so like it's pretty far, but it's just at that point where they have to bring their ass out here. And I did it, and they fucked the order up completely. It was all the wrong stuff, but it was still good stuff.
Dude.
Though it was good because I ate all the food and then I got fully refunded. So it's kind of nice. Got a free meal.
Oh, that's super nice. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Because
Bro,
I put in there,
I
they fucked the whole
always-
order up, so they refunded the whole
Yeah.
thing. It was like, sick.
I'll
I
do
always
that
hit the
sometimes,
offers.
even if it's right, because like I order so much. I don't say anything is fuck up with delivery because I'm not fucking with the Dasher's bag. I'm fucking with the restaurant. You know, like
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's
oh,
fair.
they gave me everything wrong, and then I just get a full refund. And I've spent so much there that like they don't question it because like they have fucked it up before, and I'll report that obviously. But like
Yeah.
a couple $100 a year of free food, it's not hurting anybody. It's not hurting McDonald's. You know.
They'll be
Yeah,
all right. Yeah.
true.
They have enough clientele, I think, that'll keep coming.
It's against my somehow inner moral system to order fast food on DoorDash because it just seems like a double loss. Like it feels like I'm paying extra because you're paying extra for the stuff on the menu, and then on top of that, it's
Yeah.
always cold.
It must be nice to not have
Yeah.
hangovers. Yeah.
It's,
Oh, that you can actually do that on purpose. I don't know if you knew that. You can
What?
not have hangovers.
Oh yeah.
I feel like for you, I feel like I get that though. If you're like close to a bunch of places, for me, it is actually like I'm definitely
you, I
losing
get it.
money.
For you, I
I,
get
well,
it.
I was just saying, I'm definitely
Yeah,
losing
yeah,
money.
for
Like,
you,
let's not be crazy, but it is the convenience is sick. It saves me probably, going 15, 20 minutes into town and then 15, 20 minutes back. It saved me 40 minutes of driving. So I
It's just
definitely.
like your food's got to be cold as fuck by the time it gets to you. Like, yes,
It
you
de-
can
so
walk
it
back
de-
up.
I
it
DoorDash to work
depends.
a lot for like I have to
I
eat
used to
at
do
work,
that.
you know.
Oh, yeah,
And like
that
my
sounds
work
pretty
sometimes
valid.
provides me food, and sometimes it's just fucking dog shit. And I'm like, I'm not gonna.
Dude,
eat
it's
this,
almost
so-
crazier when you're close to a lot of stuff and you DoorDash because the offers they have, at least on Uber Eats, you get buy one get one free shit.
Oh yeah, I get a
Ooh,
bunch of that
crazy,
stuff on
dude.
Uber Eats.
Like you can just buy one get one free. There's these places that do bowls of like chicken bowls. Like so when I didn't want to meal prep for a week, buy one get one free on the chicken bowl. I'd get like 14 bowls and it would end up costing me, I think like $100 or something like that, or like $120. And it was like, dude, that saved me
Damn.
so much money. Like I actually
Yeah,
saved
That's
money
like the same
getting-
cost as like a factor
yeah.
box, I think.
I
That's
did,
like
I did
$100
that
bucks.
with like Jimmy John's one time. There's buy one get one free, and I got like my first month of the premium or whatever. I got like free delivery and free everything. So it's $20 for like 4 sandwiches. I'm like, this
Yeah.
is, I'm
It's
Warren
like, where are
Buffett.
you getting?
You know, this
that's
is called
better deal than
this
you
is
going
called
to the store.
investing. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Dude,
So-
depreciation on your car, the miles, the
Yeah.
gas, dude, the time. You know, fuck.
Sometimes
I've
it saves you
dude,
money.
I've had so many weird experiences with because it is far for them to get it to me. So sometimes like you get that dasher, like the go getter, they get it there, it's still like pretty hot and like good to go. But most of the time, a lot of times, I have to gotta throw that bitch in the microwave. Maybe like 30 seconds to a minute. It's not like terribly cold, but it definitely isn't like fresh anymore. A lot of times I have to fucking nuke it for a minute.
I don't.
the-
Also, side note, I don't know if it's a side coalition between every Indian place on any sort of delivery service, but they charge out the ass only Indian food. Like I don't get it, but Indian food is like a regular thing. You go there and get like for like $15. They make it like 25. or,
Yeah.
like,
No,
20.
it's so fucking expensive
so
for the good
fucking
Indian.
expensive.
Holy shit,
It's like
that's a lot.
fantastic Indian, but I'll get 2 entrees, naan, and rice, and it's like $70.
Yeah, it's so much. You could go there and it'd be way cheaper. They
Ooh,
just,
yeah.
It's like they know when you order, like you're
Of course they
desperate, so
do.
you'll pay for
Yeah.
it. They're smart about it. Like other places don't.
This we have a lot of food questions. This one plays in well with what we're talking about. This is from Mr. Telstra. Shout out to you. Thanks for the topic. Thanks for being a patron. Who in the podcast do you think leaves the cleanest bones when eating wings?
Prison jail.
It's gotta be PJ, dude. 100%.
Dude, I only
'cause
like
I
that
don't
topic because
touch
I was
the
ready to
icky
argue to
parts,
the I was
you
ready to
know?
argue to the death with anybody who's challenging my bone sucking
Bro,
abilities.
like
Yeah,
Prison
you
jail
crack
can
the
suck
bones
at
and eat the
shit.
marrow out of the Wingstop wings, bro. Like I know.
think
I know
T.
it's
Did he
gonna
Papa-
be-
actually?
I think T
Dude,
Papa
you-
maybe could give me like a run for the money. I mean, he's probably close, maybe. But I fucking
T
yeah.
Papa gives me like I love T Papa, but he gives me the type that leaves a lot of meat on his chicken wings.
You think
I don't know
so?
why.
Dude,
Bro, he-
I leave
listen,
I leave
is that
the
an
icky
insult?
parts, bro.
Listen, no,
you know?
listen. I love T Papa, but he ain't missing no meals. I think he's gonna clean that bad boy up. That's what I'm saying.
No,
know?
but I
yeah,
think that,
he's a contender for second, but I think your technique will for sure be better.
hmm
trying to
I
think.
definitely,
Who on the
yeah, I
cast,
love
yeah.
that's like showing people the different techniques to get all the meat off the bone. You know, you snap here, snap here.
I
you
would-
You know
just-
who
would
takes
probably
one
surprise
bite
you
and
guys.
leaves it is Reed. Reed takes one bite out of the wing and he's like, "This one's cashed," and throws it to the side. Dude. That's
What'd you guys think about me and Reed? I
Bro.
thought he was pretty cool. That's the first time we've all met Reed,
Reed
isn't
was
it?
Yeah, I like-
exactly how I
Dude,
thought
Reed's
he
a
was gonna
fucking
be, dude. Yeah.
sweetheart, man.
We
No,
love
he's
Reed.
so
He's an
nice.
absolute sweetheart. He's not only like fun and like I was expecting him to be fun and cool to hang out with, but like I really learned a lot. I'm trying to think of specifics, but I don't know. I really learned a lot about just how much of a sweetheart Reed is with making you like feel cared for, and like he'll check on you if he notices. He's like a noticer, you know, like he'll come and say,
Okay,
like, are you
so
okay? Like,
you say that. So I'm very like, I'm very like not just in general, just non-trusting and very like stonewall with people when it comes to the like the feelings and stuff. And he was doing that to me, which to me, I stopped and was like, bro, don't do that. I was like, don't do that. I don't fucking.
oh,
know
I'm
you
a
like
big
that.
bag of sugar, dude. Like
After a while, after getting to know him, I was okay with it. But at first, like, he came up to me and I just was like, "You trying to have sex with me, or like, butter? Like, what's going on here, buddy? Like, you're being a little Don't do
So
that.
what
I
if he
don't-
is,
I don't-
dude? If
Dude,
this
I
is
don't know you
America,
like-
bro.
I don't
No,
know
man,
like
he's
that,
just
bro.
he's just making sure
No,
everyone knows
you
that
know
you're
how
cared
long it took
for.
me
You
and
know,
Hamzy
like
to like get on that level where we were, kissing and shit. Like you can't just be coming up and doing that first
Bro,
time.
for
meeting
me, I
you
don't
know?
even know what that's like because, like, bro, it's been 3 years since, I mean, I started kissing
Dude.
up on Prison Joe, so.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying,
real
right?
and
He
true.
fucking,
I forget
like,
what
he-
that
He came in a little too strong. I had to back up a little bit. But after the trip
Here's the
was
thing.
over,
Sometimes like that'll happen at TwitchCon a good bunch because people will see us like give that energy to each other, and so they'll just like assume, like that's
Bro.
the energy that the situation
don't
calls
catch
for.
me, bro. Get back.
Without realizing, you gotta build up, dude. You gotta build up to that, man.
no,
What-
I mean
what
I've
I
definitely
like
had
so
that with
much
people,
is
but not
you
him.
guys are in the main spotlight, being in stream and stuff like that. So that'll happen to you. But what I relish in the fact of is that doesn't happen to me because I'm not the spotlight character, bro. I love that. I absolutely relish in
I'll
that.
I'll be in the middle of a house party, like kissing Tasty on the lips, and some guy will come put his arm around me. I'm like, yo, dude,
Don't touch me.
you don't know me like that.
You don't know. Yeah.
Bro, it's so crazy though, because especially at like
Uh,
TwitchCons, like all three of you on different occasions, I've watched people like converge.
Yo,
on your
it's happened.
position,
It's
and I'm
happened
like,
for sure. It's happened.
Dude.
I'm sitting
It's
there
totally
over there,
happened.
like sometimes I'll be like, honestly, sometimes with Mel or with Marsa or like even Andrew. Sometimes, like usually those three, and I'll be over there and I'll be watching, and I'll be like, damn, like Max
You're
just
kind of a
got-
sexy side piece, bro. You're kind of like the hot side piece,
Bro,
you're-
nothing about what I'm saying is a complaint at all. I fucking love it. Like, I love just watching that shit. Like, and be like, I'm so glad that's not me, but I don't feel bad. Like, it's not
Yeah.
a bad thing, but it's funny to watch.
No,
it
like
happen to
people
someone else.
never mean it in a weird
No,
way
no,
for
no,
the
it's
most
not a
part.
No, if they're gonna
but,
do it that with
know.
you, that's mean they consider you like a friendly figure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, yeah.
we're RuneScape players, all right? A lot of
Yeah.
us don't really understand
Yeah.
the social context and cues.
We're pretty
It's a-
weird,
yeah.
know.
But it's a
We're
learning
RuneScape
experience.
players. We're gonna
Yeah.
be socially inept.
Yeah, no, but exactly. Literally, dude. But it's a learning experience, man. And I'm
Yeah,
honored
dude,
to
he
be a
just-
part of it.
He
dude.
just
I
got
am.
up on me a little too fast, and I was like, I don't know if I need to kill you or not yet. So you need to just relax, buddy. Just a
He
little
just
bit,
went the-
you know.
He went
Give
like
me-
the quick like.
Yeah, give me,
Quick
you
little
know,
to the neck,
like
like
Fatty
action,
C.
bro.
I've known him for like years, very close to him. I've talked to him a lot of times, so like it was easier to hunt Walt Disney with him off the rip. You know what I mean? Reed though, I had to look around because he did, he got a blowjob, he dipped off for like a year. So that type of behavior, he had to, had to a couple extra vibe checks possibly, but
Got a blowjob dipped off for you.
Am I
You have,
wrong?
Actually.
No, I mean,
You know how many times I
I
said
hope he
that
got
to
more
him,
than
dude?
one,
Yeah.
bro. I hope he got more than one for a whole
He
I
said it
hope
was
so.
a really good blowjob. is what he
hopefully
said,
there
so.
was some fingers in the ass. I hope so, but he
Look
passed the
at him.
vibe check.
Of
I
course,
like.
there was fingers.
I
in
fuck
the
with
ass.
Reed. He's a solid guy. He's a beast. Much love.
True.
It's also great seeing Jake C. Jake C is just hilarious. Like he's
Oh,
just
yeah.
a fun guy to have around.
Bro,
so
I will
have
say
fun with him,
Jake
too.
C. I don't know if it's a product of his own doing. Sometimes it probably is, but I think sometimes he's genuinely unlucky. Like the plane ticket thing that one time, but the
has
most
his
shit
bad luck.
happens to him. Everything happens to him.
Oh,
Like he
dude,
bought
his car. We didn't talk about that.
his
car
dude,
got broken
his
into, yeah.
car got broken into when in Orlando. They stole money from him. Then he buys the ticket for the wrong day at Universal. Has to sit in the line
Dude,
for like the
this
first
guy was
20
killing us
minutes.
at Universal, bro. He kept bringing his
I-
phone on the
Bro.
rides. He was fucking.
I
Bro,
feel like
yeah,
we didn't
he
really talk
forget
about
his
the
phone,
whole.
like-
We didn't
Oh,
really
yeah,
talk about
like
that
our-
actually in Orlando. The robberies and the.
How about we
were
talk
on,
about
we were
that?
on
We talked
flying
a
on
little bit
sky
about it.
high, bro. We were sky high.
Let's get into that on the Patreon. I don't want to give too many
Yeah,
details.
there were some robberies in the okay,
Yeah.
like what
We
the
could
fuck,
do it right
patrons? Like you
now.
can't get us a better fucking. I'm just kidding. There were literally
Dude, get us a
someone-
security guard next time.
Bro, that neighborhood really was like 80% Airbnbs though. You saw it. Like
Yeah.
there was a million cars at every drive. People moving in and out every day. Like
Mhm.
probably very few of those houses are actually residents.
Yeah, no. So by the end, okay, we'll tell on the Patreon cast. We'll get into. They were the house
Are we
next
gonna
to us.
remember?
Literally,
we got like 2 bangers for the Patreon. I don't know. If
I remember.
Yeah.
Literally, the house next to us got broken. It like actually they made entry into the house and stole things. Like no bullshit. Like the real.
Yeah, they
Bro, they would have got killed
If
if they entered
But-
the wrong house. To be honest.
That's
Dude.
Florida.
Do you guys have tweets?
I do.
Oh,
yeah, I do.
yeah.
I do. You guys can go first. So mine has a picture because I suck.
Listen,
But go ahead.
guys, I must apologize. I tweeted a lot of things today, and a lot of people are
Dude.
feeling ways. They're feeling things about the way.
What did you tweet today? What did it say exactly?
Say it.
Hold on, I
I'll
can't
say
remember.
it. He said it. He said if you're homophobic, you're retarded.
Listen, that's not what I said. Okay.
Oh, what do you mean? That's literally right here.
I said homophobia is retarded.
Yeah, he didn't call anyone the R.
Oh,
word,
yeah,
okay?
sorry.
He just said the concept was retarded. That's all.
So
he said,
it's
dude, you know?
okay.
And now I have
same shit.
homophobes
Like, let's be real.
and gays also on my ass because they're like, dude,
Dude, 10,
I'm gay and
10
retarded, and now I'm upset.
10
and
responses
I'm like,
have added since we started the podcast.
what? I'm like, dude, listen, man. Like,
The guy goes, so is heterophobia. Like, okay.
yeah, sure. That's retarded too. I'm not saying it's not.
I think
Yeah, I love how people just immediately try to like inject deep political statements into
Dude,
an
half of the
post.
shit that people
Like-
said, they were like, dude, people would
Bro.
answer my tweet. They'd be like, being
Dude,
a pedophile is retarded.
you-
I'm like,
you knew
yeah,
what you were
yeah,
doing.
I
bro.
agree.
You
For
knew
sure.
what you were doing because you were feeding into a little bit. Somebody responded and you go, man's got to have a code. Like, you want it. You want the smoke here. You're just like, look,
Dude, I was gonna say like
Come for
it's like the word retard. Like I know it's been like a distasteful word for some people, and it's like disrespectful. When did it become a slur though? People are saying it's a slur.
no, it's always
I
been a
didn't
even
slur,
say
dude.
the
I'm
R
not going to
word.
say
People
it's
say
not
the
a
R
fucking
word.
slur, man.
Yeah.
I'm not going to argue that it's not a slur. But
Okay.
man's got to have
how many
a code,
slurs do you
okay?
see on Twitter every day? Like, one
Like,
more is not going to hurt. bro.
I
I don't even know
understand,
where
like-
that pivoted at. I didn't even know that was a thing until like a few days ago.
No. I had people being like, you're helping one group while being derogatory to another. And I'm like, you
Yeah,
don't
that's what the
tell
guy
me
said.
I'm-
And you said, man's
I'm
got
like-
to have a code.
I'm
and
like,
I was
brother, I know
you
English.
picked the
Like,
craziest. You picked the stupidest one to respond to. That's how I know you wanted to smoke. Like, you wanted it. You're just like, bro,
Yeah.
where are you at?
I was like,
So-
you're not telling me anything I don't know.
Is this your way of telling us that you're just not going to tweet tonight because you're taking a break?
I
Is what
have
this
to
means?
abstain. I'm sorry. You know, I've got a lot of people in my mentions. I can't even fucking open my phone's like on low battery because of my fucking phone blowing up on Twitter today. I'm gonna have to sit out tonight. I listen. Mark my word. I'll come in with a fucking banger next week. Like you can stamp that right now.
Okay.
Okay.
So
clipped
are-
and shipped. Yeah.
I had one saved and then I lost it. So I literally had one earlier and I lost it because so rip me. It was good too. I forget exactly. I remember like the gist of it, but I forget like what it actually said. So
Tasty, go on.
I don't know if this is new. I genuinely don't remember because I haven't added anything to my Twitter drafts in a long time, and
Okay.
I do not remember adding this to my drafts. Maybe I was like super fucking drunk in Florida or something. Baby on board? Yeah, okay. I'm drunken on Instagram.
dude,
I don't remember writing that, dude. I really don't. I also have a quote from Saint Tits, which Tits, if you remember this one, I have minors packing my meat from Saint Tits.
Oh.
That's a direct quote.
How is that?
So-
That's not a direct. When the fuck did I say
No,
that?
that's a direct. We were talking about child labor, and like, I don't know. You were talking about
Wait,
like
where?
meat
When
packing.
did he say this?
This is in Tennessee, like the very first day.
Oh
And
my
we were
god, the
setting up for
poll.
the podcast. No, not Tennessee.
Tennessee,
Sorry,
bro.
Florida.
Oh,
Florida.
oh.
It was like
I was
last
gonna
like,
say, how
damn,
long
that-
you had
that's a
this?
whole
You must be
year,
scraping the
bro.
bottom of the motherfucking barrel, dude.
no. It's
You have any
you
of those
did-
old ass drafts that you're like, dude, what
Oh,
was this?
dude. So like, look at how many drafts I have. Like, this is shit. This is just from when the
Oh
podcast
my
has started.
God, bro!
Like,
I just don't understand how you have the
Look
time.
how many drafts
to
I have, bro.
fucking. It's just all TikTok. You think?
No. Like half are actually my own creation, but those are the worst ones, so I never tweet them.
I see.
A few are TikTok. Some are like spin-offs of things I've seen on like Twitter and shit.
Man,
Some
my-
are just
I-
straight fucking stupid.
I just checked what my oldest draft is. I think this is from like a year and a half ago, and I'm not gonna tweet this. I don't know where I'm trying to remember what trip this was on, but it was nothing gets the blood pumping, like almost missing your flight and also being on mushrooms. That's just the oldest draft. That's been sitting in there for
That's
dude,
like
like
a
2 years.
historical. That's a
I'm not-
historical record right there. That's what that is, dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, I have a really old draft from a long time ago. I don't remember why I wrote this. I think I remember we talked about it, but it's I swear to God, if Scotizo wins another Golden Gnome.
I remember you sharing that actually. I remember.
I don't think there's any that I don't think that probably not gonna happen. So that's probably
That's
don't
not
know.
as funny.
Dude,
That's not
I
as
have a bunch
funny
of
as it
9
probably
Rain
was
ones.
like a year ago.
I just
Yeah.
have one that says 9 Rain, the type of guy to show
You're gonna
you a
have
YouTube
you're gonna have a
video.
bunch of Odablock viewers like, let's fucking go, Krylax. Like, yes.
Yeah, dude, for real.
Oh my god.
Mine is I sent it to Tasty and T Papa in the Behemoth Discord, but Tasty had a migraine that day, so I hosted an episode, and I'm gonna tweet that and just put it as I put it in the After Dark there. It's
pretty funny,
loot
actually.
loot from hosting one episode of Behemoth. This guy named Cian Unny. He says, "Good morning. I found sadly error today after my PC got hacked and my RuneScape. When you logged in with plugin for longer logged in Jagex Launchy, you can and all season, but nodding is logging out. I found out today I was hacked 1 minute after
Bro,
I
where's
got
the
first
period,
mail.
bro?
Rushes
The
to
period,
PC
dude.
to and all seasons, but that sadly did nothing."
I have no idea what you said, bro. I'm not
don't
gonna
know.
lie to you. I have no idea what you just said.
I don't know what that guy's saying either, but it's pretty funny. So I'm gonna tweet
The
it.
loot
Fucking,
from hosting one episode of it.
yeah, that's gonna be my tweet. So shout out to
This
Behemoth.
one says, I can't believe Hamzy smoked out a baby. When did you smoke out a baby?
Oh, I didn't smoke out a fucking
He did,
baby,
no,
dude.
he got kicked out because he smoked weed next to the
Dude.
baby.
Oh, because you
hit-
smoked
it
out your
was
little
a
nephew
pet.
baby, dude.
Um,
Yeah.
On
He
the
hit-
Alright,
couch,
well,
Dad had a
linker next to
baby
the baby.
also
I'm-
on the couch.
I'm gonna tweet this before we end. Though Hamzy is gonna tell the story about the gummies again.
So
Don't skip. We have some news for you because we have recently reworked our entire podcast format. We will still be conducting one normal podcast a week, but now Tier 1 patrons will have access to a weekly exclusive Patreon podcast that's going to be even more based and more after dark. We've also updated our other tiers to include perks that allow you to directly interact with the podcast and influence the topics that we speak about. The Patreon will be linked in the description below.